that would come from releasing parts of this affidavit outweighs the public interest in this case. Now, when the government files its redacted version, it could have significant chunks of it missing. It could come back looking like Swiss cheese and leaving journalists and the American public sort of scratching our heads here. But ultimately, it'll be the judge who will approve it or go back to the drawing board.
So what more can you tell us about this ongoing legal battle over Senator Lindsey Graham's testimony before a Georgia grand jury investigating election interference?
Yeah, Vlad, an appeals court has put Senator Graham's scheduled testimony before that grand jury in Georgia on hold. It was supposed to take place on Tuesday. The 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals is giving Graham another shot at challenging this appearance. That's based on a privilege carved out for lawmakers under the U.S. Constitution. It's known as the Speech or Debate Clause, and that provision typically protects lawmakers from being compelled to testify about legislative activity. Now, we know this ongoing case in Georgia concerns efforts by Mr. Trump's associates to overturn his 2020 election defeat. Prosecutors believe testimony from Graham, who made at least 2 phone calls to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger and his staff in the weeks following the November 2020 presidential election, could shed light on the issue, but it remains to be seen if he'll actually have his day in court here.
So we have, a series of investigations sort of swirling around the former president while he continues to sort of strongly hint that he's going to run for president again in 2024. He's made a lot of money, done a lot of fundraising. That's the politics of it all. But your focus is on security. And I'm wondering if any of these investigations could have an impact on his ability to run for president again.
Yeah, I mean, most certainly there are some implications should, the president be in legal hot water. Now, in terms of the politics here, it could accelerate the timing of a potential announcement to run for president. You pointed this out. Trump allies tell CBS News former President Trump is still debating about whether or not, his announcement might come before or after midterm elections. Either way, even if there is sort of the FBI search and ongoing investigation that puts him in this hot water legally, it also puts him in sort of familiar terrain politically, a place that both he and his supporters like to be, which is face-to-face with Washington institutions and a political establishment, as you point out. I mean, Mr. Trump, has alleged time and time again that sort of the establishment is out to get him. Now, some Trump allies remain concerned, though, that legal jeopardy could eventually catch up to the former president. But as you noted, for now, it's financially lucrative. Mr. Trump's political committee took in $1 million a day on 2 separate days following the FBI's authorized search of his Florida home. Again, though, it does remain to be seen whether or not the former president will ultimately be able to launch that run if he does, come under the scrutiny of the law. And as you mentioned, there are multiple overlapping investigations happening right now. We keep a spreadsheet here at CBS News. That's how complicated it's gotten.
I can imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Nicole, always great to have your reporting. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, this morning, Russia is blaming spies from Ukraine for the deadly attack outside the Russian capital.
A car bomb killed the daughter of a prominent advisor to Russian President Vladimir Putin over the weekend. Ukraine is denying responsibility. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata has more.
Cell phone video said to show the fireball from the car bomb on the outskirts of Moscow. Dead at the